believe.
Do you really believe it?
I believe it. I haven't checked it, but I believe it. You guys ready?
Sure.
Let's do this.
Do we open these first or open when you start talking?
I think when I start talking. Let me just take a peek at the channel here. Looks like we're live.
These first or open when you start talking?
Okay. Yeah, we do open when you start talking. Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no, I just lost the intro. Okay, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Home by Drunk by 10 season Who Cares episode. I don't know. This is a 5-bagger, which one of us watches a movie 5 times in 5 days, and the other two probably won't watch. Today's movie is Shoalin Soccer, an action comedy sport movie released in 2001. It is 1 hour and 27 minutes long. This is Mel, Mike, and I'm your top beta Brian. We apologize in advance for the audio, video, and content quality. Enjoy.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh man.
Golly.
It burns the throat.
Oh, it's yeah.
That it has been a month since the last time we did this, right, guys? Because that was probably the last time I actually slammed a can like this.
Oh, it's so cold.
It's real cold.
And you think it'd be quite appropriate with this ridiculous heat wave, but it's.
When was the last time you had a brain freeze?
Actually 2 days ago, eating a popsicle. Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like eating popsicles when it's super humid outside, and I ate it really quickly, and it felt good. I mean, it hurt, but it at the end it felt good. It was a lemon flavored popsicle. It was nice.
Ooh, lemon.
Citrusy. Thirst quenching.
I guess.
Oh, I like lemon. I'm a big lemon fan.
I like lemon flavor. I don't know. I'd go with the lemon popsicle then.
What I don't understand is when people are eating coffee flavored popsicles in this weather.
What? Who does that?
Like those like Japanese Popicos or I love Popicos.
Okay. Sure.
But not the coffee one for this weather.
Oh no, I could do the coffee one any weather. I like those ones.
You like those ones?
Yeah. Coffee or espresso is my second favorite ice cream flavor.
Do you guys have a favorite Japanese ice cream?
No.
Does that mean brand or like Japanese matcha?
No, not flavor, like a brand, I guess.
I couldn't even name a Japanese brand.
I like Papico, but also I'm big on the Coolish.
The Coolish is nice. The vanilla.
Yeah, sure. I like all of them. Not all of them. That's not true. I like several of them.
Oh, Mike, you should know. Gari Gari Kun, right?
Gari Gari Kun is way over.
Yes, when you say them, yes. Like, oh yeah, okay, I know that one.
But Brian, you are right. It's way overrated. It really is.
I don't know. Cheap. Like when I get ice cream, I just get plain vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like I like what's it? Mint chocolate?
Mint chocolate chip?
Yeah, I like that. Like those are the two ice creams I like.
Good.
If you give me something else, I'll eat it. I'm not like gonna turn it down, but.
All right. There's no way anybody could guess that we're going to be talking about a movie from here on out.
I was just thinking, like, how are we transitioning this?
Good start. I like it. This movie is, as I said, Shoalin Soccer, 2001. Mel's choice. I watched it once. Mike watched it once.
When did you watch this? A couple days ago? Yesterday?
Me? Let's say Wednesday. I think Wednesday.
Okay.
All right.
Who's going first?
Me. It's me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I did not like this movie very much at all. I really, really disliked this movie for a very long time of it. I hated all of the beginning of it. I hated everything when there was just... Like, I'm not a big fan of Monty Python stuff. The like ridiculous non sequitur comedy style is not really my thing. And like it was just so like disappointing, like turn after turn after turn for I don't know, like everything about it was just really like dirty and just like disappointing and like downtrodden and just kind of a bummer.
Like, did you have any like expectation going into the movie?
Yeah, that's
No.
like you have any? You saw this before, right?
No.
Oh.
The only thing I knew the name of this movie. I knew nothing else about it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I went into it also knowing nothing. I knew I had heard of the movie. My sister-in-law here at the time when it was new. Well, I guess I moved here a couple years after 2003, but at the time she thought this movie was hilarious. Like she really liked this movie. That's all I knew about it.
Okay. Yeah, the first thing I thought the bad guy's team name was Team Evil. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
that was awesome. It was fun.
The dude, the gimpy dude, is drinking a San Miguel.
Yeah, that's in my notes, man. That was one of my notes.
Yeah.
The very first line.
Yeah.
I wrote San Miguel! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
And then we got to the dance number, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is awful." I was so disappointed. And there was a point at this point where I was like, "Oh man, this might be in contention with Rocky Horror Picture Show for the worst movie I've seen."
Wow, that is a hot take.
I was so and like I could not remember Rocky Horror Picture Show the name, so I started wasting time writing down different names that came to mind. I was trying to think of the name. Here are some of the ones that I wrote down: Vertical Turn Road Bike Lips, Gorilla Bass Deviant Spectrum, Fake Magic Tornado Wobbler, Drunken Forest Hierarchy Fellow. I could not remember a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was just trying to come up with the name.
How many beers did you have while watching this movie?
I had just a few.
Yeah.
I mean, I also had a couple drinks when I watched this.
Yeah.
Here's my question:
as I watched.
Did both of you guys watch it at night?
Yeah.
Like late night?
Yeah, like I said, I watched it at midnight.
I watched it after putting the kids to bed.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah. So I have another note here. Good news is that I'm almost halfway through, and hopefully the credits are really long. It was so bad for the whole first part of it until the last 45 minutes of the movie. I thought were pretty decent.
Is that when the tournament starts?
Yes, when things have a more positive, they've got skill. Like it's right, literally when they get their skills back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that was like about the 40-minute mark. 45-minute mark.
About 45 minutes left in the movie is when it actually.
Oh, 45
minutes
into the movie
starts. No, left.
No, I checked. I know. I wrote the timeline down.
Yeah, 45 minutes left, not into the movie. Yeah. So then it started getting interesting because it became, a little bit fun, not just depressing, terrible, dirty people, garbage everywhere.
What was the most depressing thing that you saw in the first half of the movie, or the first?
What wasn't depressing in the first half?
Give me some examples. What was depressing for you?
He's got fucking terrible shoes. The chick's got blisters all over her face. Just everything is dirty and gross, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just a bummer, just a super bummer. And like the humor didn't work for me ever in the first hour and whatever minutes it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was rough. But like I said, the last 45 minutes, the tournament, them having the powers, and like that part of it. If the movie was more of that, can you answer the question? Why did they suddenly get their powers back? Like there was no actual reason.
Hold on.
Happened.
I assume, Mel, you probably know it.
I know, but
I don't think I know either.
It just happened. It's like, oh, they're losing the game, and then all of a sudden, all of them have their powers back.
It was more of a visual.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was more of a visual reason. The what do you call that? The igniter, excuse me, of them getting their powers back was much more of a symbolic representation of what happened. But I'm gonna get to where when I go. But yeah, I understand.
Okay.
It just came out of the blue for you when they got the powers back.
No, tell us. Say now.
Tell us now.
I don't remember either.
Oh, you want me to tell them now?
Yes. Say now. Okay. Tell us.
Oh, so they were all down and out. I mean, they were all down and out Shaolin monks, and they lost their powers. And their first brother, their head guy, they had that first scrimmage with the hooligan team.
Yeah.
And they saw all the other brothers looked at that first guy because he's like the leader. He's the first brother.
Right.
But when he finally just kind of gave up his dignity, his sense of not, he lost all hope, all of his confidence, all of his dignity. And I think when these brothers saw the top brother, put the underwear over his head, and then the hooligans were all laughing. It's almost like spitting on the entire Shaolin monk thing. And then you can see all the other brothers just look up, and then they're all afraid, and they're thinking, "Oh no, this is not the end of our brotherhood, our Shaolin monk brotherhood." And then they cut into like the sky flying, and the skies flying overhead. And Stephen Chow, the youngest brother, said something. What did he say? He said, I can feel their powers coming back. And then they just kind of switch into those Shaolin monk stances, and it goes into them trying to redeem themselves as who they really are as a Shaolin monk. But the storyline, I mean, you have to go. The question I have for you guys is this your first Stephen Chow film?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I don't know which person.
He's the main character. He's the director, producer, and the main actor of this movie.
He's the gimpy guy at the beginning.
No, the leg.
He's the best
leg
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, but I mean, yeah.
Yes, it's the first movie of his that I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have too much left, but yeah, the last 40 minutes or so, last part of it, the tournament part, actually, I thought was okay, but it didn't save the movie for me necessarily, because the beginning of it was so bad. I thought, just like I said, just a big bummer. And the last couple notes I have are the coach has those nasty long pinky fingernails. So gross. And then the last one was I said, "Oh great, an outtakes in the credits with no subtitles. This is hilarious." For some reason, Netflix did not subtitle the outtakes.
Yeah, that was one thing I wrote down. I'm like, I kind of wish we knew what they said. Yeah. But I wonder if we would be. Even I wonder if we said. Funny, yeah, exactly. I wonder if we knew what they said, we'd probably be, as being Westerners, we'd be like a whatever.
Do you think it was funny without knowing what it was?
No. I only watched like about one of them or maybe two of them, and I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care about this.
Yep. Yeah.
They reminded me of like all of Jackie Chan's movies where they all had outtakes.
Yes, they all have like where he messes up the stunts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because he's messing up stunts.
Yeah.
These are like dialogue flubs mostly. But you don't know what the dialogue is.
Targeted to a mostly Hong Kong and Chinese audience.
Of course. And, I'm not saying that's what made the movie suck. I was just like, that's kind of weird that they would do that, not include.
Yeah.
There was also some typos and shit in the Netflix.
There was a typo.
Talking about the subs, some of them were messed up.
Yeah. I put that down too.
What are you gonna do? But whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
The one best part of the whole movie was when the goalie stopped a shot from every single player on the team, and like, I thought that was pretty funny. Instead of somebody just kicking it over and over, like everybody walked up and kicked it. So, all right, that's cool. There you go. That's it. There you go. On to you, Mike.
All right. I guess going along with the subtitles, my first line says, "Oh boy, these subtitles might be a problem. I read really slow." Because like at the very beginning, the subtitles are just flying by.
Right.
With like a lot. I was like, oh
Right.
God, I cannot read all of this and like even look at like what's happening on screen at all. But it gets after I don't know a minute or two, I got used to it. But I felt the same way as you, Brian, at the beginning of this movie. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think this is even remotely funny. I'm not relating to this. But for me, a lot of it was just like, I don't know what the tone of this movie is, because it was like changing pretty wildly, like scene to scene at the beginning of like, was this funny or was this going to be like more like just a comedy or like slapstick or like, I couldn't really figure it out. But when they meet, when like the older guy and the younger guy and he's doing the splits outside like the mall or whatever, and he's and the younger kid is talking about the Shoalin and it's doing like the historical thing. And when they come back from that and the older guy is wearing the monk outfit,
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm starting to get the tone of this movie. I get it. And from then on, I was fine. Like I was laughing. Like I got into it. But up to that point, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was really like put off by it. It's like I don't like this. I was like, I'm really not looking forward to the next hour and a half. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason like that, when they came back from that scene and he like kind of like is talking normally and like just kind of like throws it down and like there's nothing said about it. I was like, oh, okay, this is that kind of movie. All right, I think I can adjust my like I had no expectations going in, but like yeah, it's a weird start to that movie for sure. But yeah, up to that point, I thought it was weird. After that, I was okay with it. I still didn't really. I mean, there was a lot that I did not really like. Like I agree with you. Like, yeah, everyone is like, yeah, it's like so. Not that I'm put off by everyone being dirty and whatever, but like.
Yeah, I still don't understand. Maybe I think it's part of being Asian. I don't know what it is, or I don't know what you guys. I want to know what examples that both of you think that's dirty and depressing.
I wouldn't say depressing, but it's like I mean, like the guy clearly like his toe pops through his shoes.
Okay.
I understand like they're supposed to be poor,
right?
They're supposed to be like the poor team or whatever.
Right.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, I found that odd to me.
I don't know. Everybody is just a little bit grotesque in some way, I guess.
Yeah, like the one guy like eating the chips in the store and they're like stuck to his face.
But
like,
that's the point, guys. They're
supposed to be funny, but like I didn't find it funny at all.
Okay.
Gross. Like the one guy getting the bottles constantly smashed over his head. Like I didn't think that was funny. Like okay. I don't know. Like there were just some like, and I wrote later on like like some of the gags were landing for me. I can't remember specifically, but like there were some that worked. Like I laughed at some of them, but then there are some others that like that just did not work for me. But yeah, I don't have much else. at the beginning. Oh yeah, I guess also with the subs, I really hated that all of the capital I's looked like number 1. Like it drove me nuts.
Yeah, this is not just for the movie, not for this movie specifically, but I really feel Netflix. I don't know who's doing these subs for Netflix, but there are movies in Netflix that are like this. Like when I don't know who's doing the subtitles, but the 1 or 2 people who are doing the subtitles for some movies in Netflix are just not checking, or they're not doing it right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was just the font. The I's looked like 1s to me, and it just like I noticed it, and I just couldn't unsee it after that. Like it was just like glaring at me every time an I came up, and it just looked like a 1. I couldn't not see it anymore. But that's it. Didn't really take away from the movie. It was just like
right.
Annoying. But yeah, so yeah, once I was okay with the movie, I thought it was all right until the recruiting montage into the practice montage was a little too much montage for me.
Okay.
It's a lot of montage.
It was just like, it seemed like it was like a half hour to 45 minutes in the middle of the movie of just like really nothing happened. Like, and nothing was even like very funny to me in that whole part. But yeah, like I felt like the movie could have been a lot shorter, and maybe kept my interest more, because like I felt the middle dragged a bit, because like Brian said, like I thought once the tournament started, I thought it was good again.
Right.
But like yeah, the whole like finding all the brothers, and then yeah, all of the practice stuff, like there was only a couple things.
That's why I'm curious when it was released in the U.S. and Europe. I'm curious if it was edited, because I'm pretty sure there was a.
You said that there was a shorter version, right? It was dubbed?
There must have been a voice, because I checked on Amazon and I saw there's like an English dub version. I've never seen this movie before I watched this, so like most other films from Hong Kong, when they are released in the U.S., they're usually edited like specifically to the Western audience, much more than the original one. Like for example, I don't know if you guys have seen Jackie Chan's The Drunken Master. The original one is completely different from. It's much more longer compared to the one that was released to the States and Europe. Like there's much more like plot lines with relationships and but in the US one, like they just cut all those plot lines and just went straight into the fucking fight scenes. So, so I mean, I think most of those Hong Kong movies, that's what they did. They try to make it more attractive for the Western audience.
Yeah, I would say like I have not seen many Hong Kong movies either. Like, I mean, I would say like besides like Jackie Chan, I don't know how many others I've actually seen.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Ever heard?
Yeah, I've seen Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan.
Jesus.
I was wondering, like Bruce Lee.
Chow Yun Fat.
Chow Yun Fat. Yeah. Jet Li.
Yeah, I guess I've seen. What's the Hard Boiled? Is that?
Yeah, Chow Yun Fat.
There you go. Hard Boiled and.
They did a little bit of an homage to Hard Boiled in this movie too.
Oh, what's the other movie?
I don't remember.
Shit. There was another big movie when probably we were in high school. Hard Boiled and the other one that were like super popular.
Rumble in the Bronx.
No. So Chow Yun Fat. Chow Yun Fat.
Oh, Chow Yun Fat. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No. Damn it. Keep talking. Keep talking.
All right. My next note says the salty tears ruining the buns might be the cheesiest thing in a very cheesy movie. Like that was like, okay, wow, all right, sure. The other I said, oh wow, how much did Puma pay to be in this movie?
Right. Right?
Fucking Pumas everywhere.
Puma basically paid the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the best
Like-
thing in the whole movie was the goalkeeper wearing the Bruce Lee jumpsuit.
Isn't it funny?
There's
That's
Yeah.
another Amish.
That was funny.
That's another Amish to the Hong Kong culture.
Mhm.
I thought some of the CG stuff made the movie look like a black and white movie that had been colorized almost sometimes.
Mhm.
It was weird. I mean, like, yeah, the CG in most of it is really bad.
Mhm.
Like, quite bad at some points. But yeah, I thought at some points, like, yeah, it looked like a black and white movie to me a few times. But yeah, other than that, let's see. The rest of it is all at the end. Just kind of like thoughts I had.
I think The Killer is the movie I was thinking of.
No.
The what?
The Killer.
Oh.
Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, so like you said, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I wish they had not used so much wires and stuff in this movie.
Hmm.
I don't know. I felt like it was too much to me.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I don't know what they could have done otherwise, but like it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there was too much wire stuff, especially at the end of the movie. Like, of course, that's where it gets like way over the top.
I should have asked you guys this question in the beginning. How I guess are you guys fans of like back in the 70s, 80s Chow Brothers Hong Kong martial arts films? Are you into those? Those films that are like basically Hong Kong martial arts films.
I would not. I've seen several of them. I would not say I'm necessarily a fan.
Okay.
I've liked some, of course. We've talked about some of them. You know, The Killer, Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
I remember watching those in high school and really enjoying them, and a lot of Jackie Chan's stuff. I liked, some of them.
Okay.
But and Bruce Lee, of course, I think Bruce Lee's great. But it's not a genre I watch that often, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I would say I've seen a bunch of the Bruce Lee movies, some Jackie Chan stuff, and that's really about it.
And I was excited for this movie, but I don't know. The whole first half of it was just really a bummer. That's all I could say. And like if it was more about the second half, the tournament and stuff like that, and like if you compare it to the greatest movie of all time according to our list, The Karate Kid, which ends in a tournament, which is not the entirety of the movie, right? But there's some, like this movie, I feel like the overcoming of the obstacles has almost nothing to do with defeating the team in the final, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that they need to get their abilities back, or their pride, or their confidence back. That's it. But then like they don't do anything to deserve getting it back at all, right? They just kind of like magically are great again. They like, oh, okay, we'll go and play, and then somebody puts some underwear on someone's head, and then boom, they're magically Shaolin monks again. And it's like, and then they have almost no animosity. The rest of the animosity, any difficulties the rest of the way, except like there's another super powerful force or whatever. But it's just kind of like, And like the original beef isn't with any of the players anyway. It's between the coach and the other guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, having that beef is fine, but like, I don't know. I feel like the motivations for the characters were kind of thin. I felt like the reason for the overcoming the obstacles was kind of thin. And I wish it was more about the tournament, I guess, if that's supposed to be the big payoff anyway.
Like in my notes, I wrote like I said, like before, like the montages stuff is way too long. Mm-hmm. I wish they had introduced like the other teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
Because there's clearly backstory to them.
Yeah.
Like, why are those two girls dressed like?
Yeah,
men?
that was
Like,
that was one team I was really interested in. The girls with the dreads and the.
Yeah, like what's up with
Mustaches.
them? Why didn't they explain them at all ever?
But I think that's part of the randomness of this playful movie.
And like in the Karate Kid again, like part of the journey is Daniel learning karate and then using it, right? There's not that journey in this movie because all of them already know kung fu, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
I guess this maybe should be we can talk about after you talk, Mel. But also I was like one of my questions at the end was like, was this a martial arts movie? There's not a lot of martial arts in it.
No.
Bingo.
Like
it's a magic movie.
Definitely. Like it's a sports movie, but like
catching the golden snitch.
I kept thinking of the Mighty Ducks when I was watching this.
Now that's a martial arts movie.
And also
Emilio Estevez as a martial arts coach. Fuck
yeah.
I'm down with that.
Tiger style.
Also, like,
Tiger style.
I didn't look it up. I don't think it actually is, but like it really felt like this was like an adaptation of like a comic book.
Oh yeah, I bet it is. Yeah.
Like I didn't look it up. Like I have no idea, but like
that makes
really
perfect
felt
sense.
like it was an adaptation of a comic book, and there's too much backstory to all of these teams and characters that we can't put in here.
Yeah, and
so
they just some
show up.
fan service.
Yeah, like that's what when that team with the two women with the dreads, I was like, this must be based on something else because like this must be fan service. Yeah, like it's
actually this is original written by him, Stephen Chow.
Oh really? Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was. I felt like it must have been based on something. But yeah, I guess my question was this really a martial arts movie to me? But we can talk about that after you go. So yeah, I'm done. Had trouble with the start.
Okay.
Thought the middle dragged, but in the end I thought it was an all right movie.
Okay. That makes sense though, because that's probably what I would think most people who are not fans of Hong Kong films or even Southeast Asian films in general probably would say exactly the same thing. For me, I'll just start off by saying this movie was fucking fantastic. And I grew up. Well, let me just start with the background. I've never saw this movie. I think you guys are not familiar with Stephen Chow. I saw his later film called Kung Fu Hustle. And that was the first film I saw of him.
I've heard the name.
It's much more Western for the Western audience, and I liked it a lot. Because that one has much more of a. That one is much more kind of serious. I guess I don't know if that's the word to say for Stephen Chow, but that movie had a much more linear story compared to his other works. Stephen Chow, if you guys don't know him, he's in China, Southeast Asia, he's kind of like a legendary screenwriter, director, producer since the 80s. And he's been known for taking the martial arts drama and then genre and then making it much more random and more comedic. Because back in the day, in the 80s,
part of that, yes,
he's all about that. He's a very, very artsy theater guy. He graduated from a theater group in Hong Kong, but this is from what I've heard from my Hong Kong friends, and they recommended me to watch Kung Fu Hustle first, and I love that movie, but I never had a chance to watch his other movies until now. I realized, well, I might as well watch the Shoalin Soccer. So I guess I came in with knowing who he is and knowing what he's about, and he is all about playfulness. He's all about he loves not taking film seriously, and I don't want to. Brian mentioned Monty Python. I think Monty Python does it with whether it's a political message or some dry, dark humor. But I think Stephen Chow is much more all about enjoying the film experience and just playing with things that people don't expect happen, and he does it with this movie. Just look at the title is Shoalin Soccer. are you going to expect anything more serious or anything fun? You know, kung fu or sports drama in this? Probably not. And then
I mean,
usually,
wait. Probably not. Why wouldn't? I mean, the two words are Shaolin, and
Shaolin
soccer.
It's such a
why wouldn't I expect more kung fu and sports?
To me, I guess it just sounds so funny. Like who thinks about Shaolin monks playing soccer? I don't know. That's how I mean.
I expected the Mighty Ducks and Enter the Dragon.
Right.
Mashed together.
So
but I knew it was a comedy, so I knew there was going to be more Mighty Ducks.
Right. So I think
but like a tournament tier where they're. I think this would have been for me more enjoyable.
Like a more
tournament tier where they're
like more sports orientated.
Nah, not even that. But I mean, like you can have the comedy in the teams that they're facing up against, right? But each of those teams didn't have a personality.
Right.
Even the final team barely had its own personality. It was just the bad, evil team. You know, it didn't.
I mean, I guess like this is a part of the problem with like the subtitles, but I don't know a single name of any of the characters.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Because they're all labeled brother, and this is the thing about the movie. I think the reason why I love this movie is just it doesn't take itself seriously. Once in a while, I love to watch movies where I don't want to critique about the story. When you know from the get-go, especially this type of movie, that it's going to be super ridiculous, and it's going to probably be, for many people, most jokes are not going to get because it's, you know, probably more culture-based or whatever. But I enjoy a movie where the director and the writer same guy comes in and just wants to have fun playing out this storyline, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants with, you know, breaking any genre. And when Brian said something about Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think that's wrong to compare this to Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think it's a completely different thing.
I wasn't comparing it to be fair. I wasn't comparing it to the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was comparing it to my level of enjoyment of a movie.
Okay. But I wouldn't never compare this to any movies made in the US or Europe. I mean, this movie definitely appeals to the Asian audience and the Southeast Asian community because
that's perfectly fine. Which I am not a member of that community.
Yeah.
I'm the one watching it though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's why I love it, because I get these jokes. Growing up, when I watched like old Filipino comedies or Hong Kong movies or even whatever, Korean dramas or comedies, they were always so brash and especially in this movie, Shoalin Soccer, you guys mentioned that it's kind of dirty and like gross. Though, like Filipinos, well, I can just say this for Filipinos, we love that type of comedy. I think it shows us to lighten up of, you know, trying to not think about the reality of things around them, especially in the poor communities, and just it lighten up that audience, you know.
But I think you can find the same things in something like Monty Python. If you watch one of those movies, or you know, History of the World, what's his name, Mel Brooks. Like one of those, you'll see people with like boils and pustules and all that stuff all over their face and stuff like that. And it's gross too.
Right.
But and so it's not exclusively a Southeast Asian or Hong Kong
just saying like the Southeast Asians just love that type of like movies where the storyline is like down and out or really poor protagonists that kind of overcome and be victorious, or they go through an adventure or a challenge in their life and they break through, and that barrier and that peak of that plot line is where they discover something that will benefit them to be successful in the future. I think most from, you know, coming from my background, most Filipinos and Southeast Asians really, really love that story of plot line. And that's why I think this movie was so successful.
I think that's a pretty standard plot line: overcoming an obstacle and becoming successful.
Right, and that's the surface pitch for the audience. But then when you go down into Stephen Chow's like repertoire, he's all about being random, and it's either you love him or you hate him, and I think
Well, and that's the part that was difficult for me to get into.
Yeah,
It's just the
yeah.
random. It's not what I like.
Right. And
I like
I love it. I freaking love it. I love, like, I wrote down, I've never seen someone who knows how to put every scene with camera work and music into different tones. Like the first scene, you have a dancing scene, and then you have like a music video scene where they're in a fucking restaurant doing terrible. They're like making a terrible guitar duo. And
Yeah, I thought that
the restaurant scene, and then everyone's just like sitting there like, what is going on? And then
like
it turns into
like the most violent, like who's on first, like
yeah, basically.
I'm the like.
It was just so random.
I thought that was funny.
And then it goes into, like, from that scene, it goes into this straight up like beat down mafia, scene where they're outside in the park, and the coach discovers that the main character is really strong with his leg, but he's using a soccer ball to beat up all the goons, right? And then it goes into like then Mike, you mentioned like the montage scenes, which are super ridiculous, and they're it's not meant to be like taken seriously at all. But it just goes
my
on.
problem wasn't I took it seriously. Yeah. It was so long.
It was so long. But I love it. I just like the fact about these different monks, like down and out, they lost their master, but they're all like in different worlds. Like someone's a mule at a restaurant. Someone is a supermarket staff guy. So the goalkeeper is like trying to look for a job, but he's really not looking for a job, and he's living in a shed under a highway, I think it was. Mm-hmm. Like, I just love how he created these characters out of thin air, and then when they get together as a family, that's the other part too. That when that whole brotherhood thing, that's what I like a lot about this movie, where no matter who you are and who they are, they still like will support each other, even if it's a thing is totally ridiculous, like winning a soccer tournament. I just thought that was pretty cool. But overall, this is a type of movie I think, and all of Stephen Chow's movies are like this. You just sit back and just kind of like, okay, have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously, and like just play around. And yeah, Stephen Chow is a martial artist, and he is a big fan of Bruce Lee, so he always puts an homage to Bruce Lee in some parts of his movies. But
there's quite a few in this one.
Yeah, he really loves Bruce Lee. But overall, I think this movie is meant for just pure entertainment. It's not really meant to be critiqued at all. And I think it does a great job of, like, it really does a great job of reviving the Hong Kong film from Bruce Lee to like Jackie Chan and then Chow Yun-fat, which during the decade of the 90s was just, most famous Hong Kong films were pretty bloody and violent. And then I'm just happy in the early 2000s when Hong Kong became an independent country again, they kind of revived their culture and then be more independent and just trying to expand to do other different types of movies than just martial arts.
But I think in 2000, Hong Kong actually went back to China, not became an independent.
Well, they were 98. Well, yeah, they were owned. Well, they were just happy to be not part of England anymore, or the UK.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, during that time, it was a pretty big time in Hong Kong, 98 to early 2000.
Sure, a period of change.
Yeah. But I mean, that's besides the point. I think if you are not a fan of Stephen Chow, you definitely would not like this movie.
Well, I didn't know Stephen Chow from my elbow before watching this, and okay. I can't say after watching it that I'm a fan, but I'm also not a fan. Like, I thought he was good in the movie. I just thought I thought there was a lot of stuff that just didn't appeal to me. Let's say that. I thought he played a wonderful character that he wrote to the best of his abilities and in line with his perception of what the character should be. And that was fine. But I didn't think
I'm
that
just
I thought his
amazed.
character was pretty bland to begin with.
Right.
I thought a lot of the other characters were fairly loose stereotypes. I thought, like you said, the guy that was looking for a job and not looking for a job, whatever. I thought that was funny, but like it was literally the moment he comes out changed into his suit. I mean, that was funny, but like the rest of the movie.
So you've seen some funny parts in the movie. You just didn't like overall.
Yeah. No, like the part Mike mentioned earlier with him outside of that shopping mall or whatever, and then when they came back from the Shoalin and he's wearing the monk's outfit or whatever. I thought that was funny too. But like, I mean, that's a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the lady with the giant shoulder pads and stuff. I know it's supposed to be funny. To be honest,
I
really found it annoying.
One of my funniest moments in this film was during the goon fighting scene in the backyard, and the final dude, he drops his stick and he goes into this like rattlesnake viper style, and he farts. And I'm like, I don't know why, but that made me laugh so hard because it's just so random. He just like hops down. And he just.
That's what happens.
I like fart jokes.
Everyone does. Everyone should.
I was going to say, Brian, you said this reminded you of Monty Python or whatever, but I think that's pretty, like for me, that makes sense. Just in the fact that I don't think the Monty Python movies as a movie are very good. Mm-hmm. I think they have a lot of funny scenes. Mm. That are good on their own, but like a movie as a whole, I don't think any of the Monty Python movies are very good start to finish as a movie. I kind of feel the same way about this one. It has some really funny scenes that I thought were good, and a lot that I was just like, I don't really like this. Like it just to me like as a whole movie, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Monty Python appeals to fans who just enjoy lighthearted films. But I think a big difference with Monty Python is that they tend to have a message. They tend to have like a...
I mean, yes, definitely.
Some serious satire underneath the surface, you know. Whereas I think like Shoalin Soccer, I don't think it's going to make people think. It's not supposed to. It's just... watching a movie. It's a perfect airplane movie. That's what Shoalin Soccer is for me.
Sure. I mean, I guess you've come back to that before, like how I don't know, like
criticize
like Shoalin and soccer.
Yeah.
Those two things, I think it's going to be martial arts or it's going to be a sports movie. And I don't think it does either of them very well.
Right.
It's not
like that. I mean, that's like I don't think it's a bad movie, but like it's barely a martial arts movie.
Yeah.
And it's barely a sports movie.
Right.
And like the love story in it is also barely there.
That was my
like,
that was one of my
telling that none of us have even mentioned it until now.
I know. I had so many notes about of this movie, but like that was one of my big negative points about this movie was like that love scene just kind of didn't really.
It's completely unnecessary.
It totally just sent the thing off tone, and I think. Maybe she was like maybe she's a big Chinese star actress. I don't know, but probably
she's pretty hot.
Part of it. Yeah, she's really, really beautiful.
Like the first scene, you're like, oh man. Once they take whatever they've put on her face off, which they're clearly going to do at some point, I bet she's hot.
That was my second funny scene that I really liked when she like went into the esthetician or beauty salon, and like it was like the girl, I don't know who came out and like was picking his nose and just rubbing on her dress.
Those type of jokes that was gross.
Yeah.
I think those type of jokes, they make you laugh a lot. I don't know. Yeah, you see, if you guys ever see like Filipino comedy movies, they're exactly like that. Like
you should have picked a Filipino comedy movie instead of this.
Yeah, I should have, but I don't know any ones that can be accessed that would have English subtitles though.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
that's the problem.
All right, so I feel like I always ask this, but like, did you notice things over 5 times watching it? Like.
What I think, so what also,
Like-
yes, I did. There are a couple of scenes where clearly they were, there, especially when there's the one scene where they were still in the restaurant and those goons were trying to beat them up. One shot is basically an outtake, but they left it in the movie because the guy was holding up his leg and he's like, I have a steal his leg. And then you can hear the crew outside of the shot, like laughing when he was posing. So I think this whole movie was just basically just having fun. I think Stephen Chow just wanted to make a fun movie again, and I don't think he expected that this movie would have been a global box office success as it was for him, and he won a lot of awards for that movie. But I think he really showed that he can just be playful and not have to worry about making a serious movie. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thoughts, because I didn't talk about Kung Fu Hustle. I think Kung Fu Hustle is much more of a linear story type of movie, and I thought it was fun, but it wasn't as funny as Shoalin Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else?
Would you watch a Hollywood remake of this movie?
No. This movie is purely Hong Kong-ish.
It would be
awful.
Only if it stars Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, I want Emilio Estevez.
There you go, Emilio Estevez.
Sure. Yeah.
My last thing, guys, was it was debuted 2001. What movies did we? So was Titanic 2000? No, Titanic was 98.
Yeah.
Because I want to know like the level of quality of SFX during that time, 2001. How would you compare that to a 2001 Hollywood movie? What was there? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Jurassic Park came out in like 96 or 97.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like way better.
I mean,
yeah. I bet you Jurassic Park had a much higher budget, though.
Right, sure. Right. Yes. But like, I mean, some of the CG stuff, like it is. I mean, I think it's bad in like the best way. Like they didn't try and make it look real. Like there's parts that like it's clearly like CG people moving in the background, and then they just become real people in the same poses in that
I
one.
Like that.
Like, yeah, no, I'm saying it's fine. Like, I think they did pretty well with the type of CG they had. But yeah, it's terrible.
I'm still trying to think about a 2001 movie that I really loved because of the SFX, but I can't think of any right now.
I don't know when any.
American Pie 2.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of CG in that movie.
Yeah, what was the big blockbuster during that time?
Wait, I don't even know if I've seen two. I probably have seen two.
American Pie 2. I did have American Pie 1 on DVD, that's for sure.
2001.
2001.
When
was the first Fast and the Furious? Was it 2001?
No idea.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Corky Romano.
Corky Romano?
Mm-hmm. That's 2001.
That's the name of a movie?
Yeah, I think it's like it's a movie. It's got one of those Saturday Night Live people in it.
Okay.
Chris Kattan is in it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Cool.
He's like it's something to do with the mob. I don't know. I'm just looking on Wikipedia at films that came out in 2001. I'm having trouble finding things I recognize. I've never seen Corky Romano. I know the name. How about
I don't know.
Dr. Dolittle 2.
There you go. That's Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I never saw that.
I think I've seen the second one. Oh, there you go. The Fast and the Furious.
There it is.
The first one came out in 2001. Boom.
There it is.
Nailed it, Mel.
There it is.
The Lord of the Rings.
Was 2001?
Monsters Inc.
There's some
Right.
CG. Wait, Monsters
Johnny
Inc. Yeah.
Darko.
Yeah.
AI.
Corky
Donnie
Rhino.
Darko. There you go.
Harry
There you
Potter.
go, guys. Oh, Harry Potter was 2001. Is that crazy, guys? Like,
Jeepers Creepers.
never saw that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Spy Kids.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Me too.
I have not. I've never seen Spy Kids.
The guy who made Desperado made a family movie.
Ooh, Enemy at the Gates came out in 2001. That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
How
I thought about that one. I thought about that one for a 5-bagger, actually.
What? What movie?
Enemy at the Gates.
Oh, yeah.
Snipers.
It's a long movie, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
probably.
that's-
I don't remember.
Jurassic Park 3 came out in 2001.
There you go. So yeah, there's a quality level of SFX, right, during that time.
Yeah, I mean this movie's well below that for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think the CG drags it down though, like at all. I feel like it fits. Like, could you imagine this movie with like crazy good special effects? They'd
Yeah, I
be
probably wouldn't have
way
liked
out
it.
of place.
I probably wouldn't have liked it.
Like it would look ridiculous. Like yeah, like I mean I brought up the CG, but yeah, I feel like it fit the tone of the movie just fine. But yeah, I still think, like I said, I think there's too much wire stuff
Right.
for me. But like I said, I don't know what else you would do.
But I mean, Mike, you mentioned too much wire. I think that's why I stopped watching many of the new Hong Kong films, because there's a lot of wire. It's just basically people are practically walking on air.
Yeah, it's boring. It's just boring.
It's boring
to
as
watch to me. It's not-
yeah. Recently.
I don't know. I feel like it just like I guess in my notes I wrote like it. If they had taken out the wires, like maybe the stunts would have been less impressive, like visually, but like I don't know. I felt like the wires undercut the martial arts part of the movie to me. Like, yeah, I wish. But yeah, like I guess like everything, all of the soccer stuff would have looked. It would have been like all bicycle kicks, basically.
Right. I don't know. So I guess I gotta apologize, guys, because my bad. Because I thought I was expecting to watch like some martial arts slapstick comedy, but it wasn't that at all. It was just a straight up Hong Kong comedy film.
You don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do a martial arts film, though. I really thought about that. But it was kind of,
do you think we have done a martial arts film?
no.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like this was a martial arts movie.
When I started watching it, I was like, okay, this is not a martial arts film the first time.
Rush Hour 2 came out in 2001.
That was. Do you guys think that's a martial arts film?
There's more martial arts in Rush Hour 2 than this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrek.
So, shall we do drinks or no?
Do we do drinks before or after rankings?
God,
Oh,
that's right. I
Snoop
always
Dogg's
forget.
Doggy Style, which apparently is a mixed hardcore pornography and hip hop music video, came out in 2001.
Okay.
Is there martial arts in that?
Definitely.
Was there martial arts?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Goodness.
All right. Oh God, I always
The
forget
most
about
martial of arts. Spirited Away, Mike. We were talking about that.
There it
earlier.
is.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a great movie. I know. I'm looking at Brian right now. That's a great movie.
That movie came up before you came on, and I said, I feel like that movie was about 2 hours too long. Is that what I said?
I think that's exactly what you said.
Oh boy. See, that's why you
I
guys love
agree.
having me. on this the five bagger. It's really important to have me
No,
on
it
now.
is good because Brian and I agree on way too much.
Too
So
much.
Exactly.
it's good to have someone that doesn't agree with us.
Uh-huh. Like
Oh,
I
boy.
think Spirited Away is a beautiful movie. I don't really care for it though. Like I have the DVD. I think it's beautifully animated and everything, but like the story is so blah blah blah.
I like the whole hotel part.
The hotel part's pretty
The
sweet.
rest of it, I could totally do without.
But you should know this already, Mel. I'm not
Yeah.
a Ghibli fan, you know.
Right. I know that. Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
I like Totoro, and that's about it.
But your five bagger fans don't know it, so.
Oh yeah,
Might as well tell
let them
them.
know. Oh, check it out. Tremors 3: Back to Perfection. That's a 2001 movie.
Oh, is that? Oh boy. Back to ooh.
That was
Yeah, that's
good.
about the
Those
same amount of CG.
CG level of
ability.
nowadays.
It's roughly the same for
Yep.
sure.
Definitely.
I never saw Tremors 3, but I felt Tremors 1 and 2 was exactly the same CG quality.
Oh, I think
There's
2 is
not a lot of
worse.
CG in the first one at all.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of practical.
Yeah, the first one has almost all
First one was
practical.
ball yeah, that's right. It was
The
like
second one has some CG
Mm.
and some practical.
Hmm.
And the third one is
Bad.
you should watch Third and Wrong.
Oh,
You should.
boy.
You should watch. Maybe it's the most recent. I don't remember. I think so.
It might be.
There's a new one coming out though,
Yeah.
Is there?
isn't there? That's why you wanted. That's why you picked it.
Uh-huh. we gotta watch all of those movies. Though.
What?
Yeah. No, we watched all of them before the new one came out, so we'd be ready.
The new Tremors movie. Okay, yes. Sorry, I thought you meant there's a new Third and Wrong. I was like, what?
Yeah, that you weren't involved with.
Movies we gotta watch.
You're totally not involved in that one, Mike. It was totally just Brian by himself.
I think it is out. I think the new Tremors movie has already come out.
Yeah. May 1st, 2018.
Yeah, that's
Gotta watch that now.
First.
Did you guys know that they're also redoing RoboCop again?
No,
One more time.
That doesn't
I haven't
make
watched
sense.
the new one.
Oh, it's awful. It's pretty bad.
Oh yeah, actually, I saw the remake
It's pretty bad.
before I saw the original.
What?
Uh-huh.
You should watch a
You
previous
should watch Third
episode.
and Wrong.
No, that was a 5-bagger.
Or no, that was on this one before you joined. Yeah, that's right. Before you joined.
Yeah, that's like the third movie we watched, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, that sounds awful. You watched RoboCop, the newer one, before the original?
Yep.
That's
That's
I'm
okay.
Watch that episode. No.
sorry.
All right,
All right,
we ranking this?
Are we ranking this or are we drinking? Which
Well, I'm doing
doesn't
both.
really matter.
Yeah. We can just do both at the same
Let's
time.
rank so I can think about a drink at the same time because I,
Mm.
as always, forget that we have to have a drink for this.
All right. If you tune into the live stream, you can see the current leaderboard.
Yep, I
Or
can
if
see
you
it.
go to the Google Doc, you can see it as well.
I'm going to check the live stream right now. This is the first time. Oh, yeah. We didn't tell the audience. This is the first time we're doing everything remote. All three of us are in remote locations.
It's not the first time.
Not the first time.
Really? Oh, is
Really?
this- Wait, really? For five bagger?
Totally.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, which
The Princess
was
Bride?
Princess Bride? I think.
Under Siege, maybe?
Right.
No, I think it was one of those two. I mean, like looking at this list, it was one of those two.
Hmm.
Don't you remember before you got in trouble?
That's right. Yeah. Then we did the episode, and then just as I finished signing off, I got like a huge scorn look from my wife, and I'm just like, yeah, pretty much, spanked me with her eyes.
I think both of those movies. Looking at the thumbnails, I'm pretty sure both of those were recorded
It really was a 2? I thought it was just the 1. Huh.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a range of where I think this might land.
Me too.
On our list. I think.
Let's see. The problem is I'm looking at the list and it's so small on my phone, and I'm squinting.
Well, if you looked at the Google Doc, you'd see it in live color.
Okay.
You don't have to see us on your screen. Get rid of us and put the list up there.
Yeah, right.
Unless it makes you hang up.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't do that. Yeah, I've got where it belongs, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand. Well, I guess I do. I'm curious where your confidence puts it.
Who are you talking to, me or Brian?
No, because you've not said how confident you are on where it is. Brian seems quite confident on where he thinks it goes.
Yeah, I'm guessing, but I can't find the Google Doc.
Do you want me to start from the bottom or the top?
Yeah, go from the bottom.
Where Dreams Go to Die is
number 15.
14 is Under Siege. 13 is A Shot in the Dark. Number 12 is Friday Night Lights. Number 11 is Kimi no Na wa. Number 10 is The Maltese Falcon. 9 is Brazil. 8, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. 7, Miller's Crossing. 6, RoboCop. 5, Sleeper. 4, Princess Bride. 3, The Usual Suspects. 2, Nosferatu. 1, Karate Kid.
Okay, I got mine. This list is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Usual Suspects should be dropped down because of Kevin Spacey.
We can't do that. I mean, we're judging it on just on the movie itself. We can't do it on recent events.
I also feel like A Shot in the Dark should be higher than Friday Night Lights. But we're not doing that show today.
No, we're not fixing the Princess Bride problem yet.
I don't even know what you mean by that.
How it's impossible that it's number 4.
Wait, so you guys decided already?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I have an idea.
Okay. I have an idea now.
Oh, I know.
How do we do this? I shout out my number and then you guys laugh, and then.
I think that's it.
So Mike, go first.
No. How is the timing on this one? I wonder.
Oh yeah, you guys are both remote, so I'll count 3, 2, 1, and then you guys say
3, 2, 1, and everybody say.
You guys say it when I hit 1. At 1, say it, and then I will say it after I say 1.
Okay.
Wait, we're saying the actual number?
What number do you think you're saying?
So,
what?
I was joking and saying we should do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
3, 2, and then say.
So Mike and I are going on 1, and then Brian's going after 1.
Yeah, just say the number.
Okay. Go ahead, Brian.
Don't make it any more complicated. All right, ready?
All right.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
10.
16.
13.
So, like, it was. Like,
I forgot to go on 1, by the way.
I went on 1.
This is how it's going to come across in the recording. 10, 16, 13. Not at all in sync. It was great. All right, 10. 10.
16? You're crazy.
That is not 16. What's
It's not 10.
Mike, what's 12 again? Or
Friday Night Lights is 12. 13 is A Shot. I think this is better than A Shot in the Dark.
This is better than Friday Night Lights. for me.
I agree.
That
with,
fight, I don't care about at all.
I agree with Mel. I disagree with Mike.
Wait, you agree that it's better than Friday Night Lights, but you don't agree that it's better than Shot in the Dark.
Right.
You know those are ranked the other way around. Right?
I know that.
Okay, just checking.
I swear, before we even said the numbers, I said that exact thing. I said A Shot in the Dark should be higher than Friday Night Lights. Did I not?
Yes, you did.
You did. I heard that. So we just put it. We put it.
10?
Yeah, I didn't remember the numbers, but I knew it was going to be.
Falcon was 10.
Okay, so I kind of want to put it under 11 then. Like, I don't know what's above Friday Night Lights, but below Maltese Falcon for sure.
Kimi no Nawa and Friday Night Lights, The Shot in the Dark.
Oh yeah, this is above Kimi no Nawa.
You are nuts. You're nuts. Absolutely nuts.
This is above Kimi no Nawa.
Nuts.
There's no way this goes below Where Dreams Go to Die.
Okay, 15.
There's no way that's happening.
All right, 15.
I like it above Friday Night Lights, though.
All right, I'm just saying. Also, there's no way it goes under Siege.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, but
I would gladly watch Under Siege
from there.
5 days in a row before I watch this again.
Kind of anywhere.
Under Siege was actually really fun 5 days in a row.
I would gladly watch Under Siege 5 days in a row again. It's if I didn't have to watch this movie again.
Oh no, I would watch this before Under Siege easily.
Yeah, put it on. I recommend putting it above Friday Night Lights then.
Damn, that is too high.
That's jumping above A Shot in the Dark.
I would say
under Kimi.
A Shot in the Dark is too low.
I'd concede to above Under Siege. Okay, I go 14. Okay, I don't like it, but I would go 14. Okay. What do you guys think about 14?
I mean, I know I pulled A Shot in the Dark down. I know I'm the reason it's so low, but I feel very comfortable with where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess 14.
Stick at 13.
14. This list is ridiculous. Yeah, 14. Let's go.
All right.
I just can't believe it's like. I'm serious. It can't be below Kimi no Nawa. Come on.
You are crazy.
Come on.
Watch it again.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Kimi no Nawa is way too high too.
Come on.
Watch it again.
Okay, drinks. Oh man, I didn't think of.
Hold on, the list. Ready?
Okay.
Think while I read off the list.
Okay.
Greatest movie of all time is The Karate Kid, followed by Nosferatu, then The Usual Suspects at 3, Princess Bride at 4. Some people have a problem with that. Sleeper comes in at 5, RoboCop at 6, 7 is Miller's Crossing, Invasion of the Body Snatchers follows close behind at 8. Brazil is at 9, Maltese Falcon at 10, Kimi no Nawa at 11, which is a great place for it to be. Friday Night Lights at 12, A Shot in the Dark, Shoalin Soccer somehow sneaks in at 14, ahead of both Under Siege at 15 and Where Dreams Go to Die at 16. That's the list. Off of the list somewhere is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Totally forgot about that one.
That other movie.
It's like somewhere in Pluto.
We watched it.
We did.
Maybe someday it will get ranked.
Don't think so. Well, I mean, it'll be like a Seinfeld last episode. We'll come back and once we're done with this whole thing.
There's a lot of movies out there, so
there are.
There are a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing: if we watch a movie that is worse than Rocky Horror Picture Show, I would gladly rank Rocky Horror Picture Show in that situation.
You would put it under.
I might say if we do, that might be the final episode of this show.
That's awful.
Especially if you have to watch it 5 times.
Oh man.
Like nothing has even come close to that so far. So I feel
No.
all right with that.
I mean, this one comes pretty close, but
No.
My
it came
college
pretty
friend-
close for the first 67 minutes of the movie.
I'm so happy my college friends don't watch this because there's a bunch of them that are huge Rocky Horror fans.
Oh, dude, I know tons of people that loved it in high school. I never watched it, but I had so many friends that just loved it to death.
Yeah, they're like they go to like club events, like huge like fan events.
Les
Yeah.
Miserables was a big one too, for some reason.
Yes, I remember that being quite popular as well.
Mm.
But the play, not the like, there was no movie at the time.
Yeah. The stage play, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should I
have
go
a drink?
first with my drink or no?
Yeah,
go
sure.
ahead.
You gotta go.
Okay. This calls for. I call this a tapioca pudding drink with some mango chunks on it.
Wow.
It's sweet, sugary,
Did you get all that, Mike?
Got it. Tapioca pudding drink
with some mango
what
chunks.
was it on the coconut on top. What was it?
Mango chunks.
Mango.
Yeah. That's me. That's what it is.
I gotta say that does not sound very good.
Oh, it's
Sounds
delicious.
grody.
What? Ugh.
I don't
You
like
guys are-
tapioca.
You guys are totally disinvited to the Philippines.
Tapioca is nasty.
What? You don't like mango?
I love mango.
No, I like all of the parts of that. Well, I don't really like pudding. Tapioca's okay.
Tapioca's
Mangoes
nasty.
are okay.
I love tapioca.
Pudding and mango. That sounds
I like
awful.
pudding.
So good.
Give me some pudding.
Pudding.
Or what about a tapioca milkshake with some mango chunks in it?
Why does it have to have tapioca?
Because I love it.
The tapioca's
love-
fine. It's all right. I don't mind it.
I like that
Nah.
combo.
I want mango and tapioca. Like that sounds
It's a
terrible.
great combo, man. Oh.
I mean, I've never had it, but it sounds terrible.
All right.
Don't knock it until you try it. That's all I gotta say.
It's like Shoalin Soccer.
Soccer,
Kung
exactly,
Fu.
exactly.
All right.
Oh.
I had a drink, but now it's gone.
All right, you want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is an easy one. It's a San Miguel.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
A straight up San Miguel.
it's featured in the movie. It's also the largest selling beer in both the Philippines and Hong Kong.
Have you guys ever drunk
Really?
San Miguel?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, it's an inoffensive
It's a
Pilsner,
very inoffensive pilsner. Yeah, right.
basically. Pilsner, pale ale, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you know, it's 5%. You could do a little better, couldn't it?
There's the other beer in Philippines is Red Horse, which is 7%.
I've had Red Horse as well.
Yeah. That's a killer.
Yeah.
That's a easy blackout of a night.
All right. This is gonna be slightly weird, but
Oh, weirder than tapioca mango chutney.
It's not weird. There's a lot. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna give this a red stripe.
Oh, okay. Go.
Which I know is a
route.
Jamaican beer,
Okay.
but like I had heard about, they gotta have red stripe. This is Jamaican beer. It's great. It's great. And I had it, and I was like, yeah, this is. It's just a beer. It's fine. It's beer.
It's no
nothing great.
PBR.
Like, I was like, I don't. This tastes like beer. It's fine. Which I mean, this movie, kind of the same thing to me.
Tastes
Like-
like beer.
Right.
It's fine. It's a fine movie.
Yeah. It's a
Something
San
I didn't
Miguel.
know about. Fine.
So speaking of Red Stripe, when I graduated high school and I first experienced my very quote unquote Brooklyn home party, that home party was just supplied by Red Stripe, and that was my first time having it. And for some reason, I just equate Red Stripe with Brooklyn hipsters.
Sure.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
Right?
That does not surprise me at all. Yeah, of course.
Like I didn't know it's a Jamaican beer at that time, and I'm like, why do people like this?
Jamaica, known for its beer.
Mel, why were you drinking beer when you were graduating from high school? What's up?
Oh, I graduated high school. After graduating high school, my first time hanging out in Brooklyn.
So you were 21 though, right? Legal drinking age, right?
I cannot say or comment on that particular aspect of the story.
It's a family film.
There were adults there.
Sure.
Over 21.
Someone had to buy the beer.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyways.
All right, I'm ready, Mike. My
All
body
right,
is ready.
I've been anxious. I've been waiting for the next movie.
So this movie.
Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
Is it Training Day?
No.
That was so random.
It's not.
Almost as random as this movie.
We haven't done a Denzel movie though, and I've been hoping to do a Denzel movie.
You know what else we haven't done?
Can we? Is it a war?
Is it
movie?
another first of?
It's going to add a new genre to our list.
Alrighty.
So is it a war movie? Is it a military?
No.
Or huh?
Is it
a biopic.
Is it a porno? Okay.
It's a biopic, huh?
Yep.
Is it? What's that porno biopic?
Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, Ron Jeremy. Seeing Stars.
Seeing Stars. There it is.
No.
Biopic.
Is it biopic? So
It's from our favorite decade.
The 80s.
the 80s.
Yep.
Is it a Warhol movie?
But no.
Please tell me it's not a Warhol movie.
Okay.
Oof.
Is it?
You want to tell us the lead actor, or is that giving too much away?
Oh no, that would absolutely give it away.
Is it The Doors?
No.
Is it Rocky?
Yeah, the biopic
Rocky.
Pretty sure that came out in the 70s, though, didn't it?
Yep.
His statue is there in Philadelphia, so he is real.
He's so real.
He's so real, dude.
80s biographical picture.
Made in the 80s. Who did biopics in the 80s?
It's not JFK. That was the 90s.
Mhm.
So we've eliminated one, Mel. Is it a musical, like music focused?
So
is it
it's
political?
Is it
Rudy? No, that's the 90s.
90s.
Is it Brian's song?
That's a TV movie.
Shit.
that was a TV movie?
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Which I guess we could watch, but
So it's not related to sports. It's
no one said that.
Oh,
Is it
related
related to sports?
Uh-huh.
80s sports biographical picture.
I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. Good luck.
Bees. I'm thinking basketball.
Oh, you thinking Hoosiers? That's not a.
Could be.
Does that count? That's not a,
But biopic is one
it
person.
has to be one person, right?
So I'm thinking something basketball related.
I don't think so. I think football. It's not
think-
Brian's song.
I think it's going to be basketball or baseball.
Yeah, baseball makes more sense. 80s, because it's the 80s. I would think like a football, maybe the 80s, but like basketball, not until the 90s.
Right. There's a lot of basketball movies in the 80s. So
Yeah, but not biopics. Not individuals.
Coach or
Could be Newt Rockney.
Hoosiers, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a singular person. Like you said. It could be tennis. Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, but Mike said that if we know the actor, we would immediately guess.
Yeah. If it's
Director as well.
And director?
Director would absolutely give it away.
So it's obviously
A famous
Steven
director.
Spielberg.
The director and the main actor absolutely give it away.
Oh gosh.
All right, can you give us the sport? Is it golf?
Also would absolutely give it away, but you have mentioned the sport already.
Basketball?
Or a person that does that sport already.
Is it the Basketball Diaries?
No.
Damn.
I think that was the 9th. Well,
Oh, that was
I think
early
it's probably
90s. That was early
90s
90s.
too.
My bad. Yeah. We mentioned the sport.
Brian mentioned
Is it Bagger Vance?
either the sport or a person who does the sport. Like the sport has come up.
Football.
No, it's not Bagger Vance.
No, is it tennis? Tennis?
Tennis.
Is it the Andre Agassi story?
No, is there an on?
Is there an on?
Because I would watch that if there
There
was.
should be.
Is it like Arthur Ashe? Or like this is hard.
It's
I've never
really
seen
hard.
all night.
Not a,
All right,
not a very
let's-
good clue, but I've never seen it.
Let's start with director. Give us the director. Because I don't think that's going to give it away.
It might.
Oh yeah, it will.
Is the director the person?
How about the director and the actor have worked together more than once? Like
Yeah.
multiple times they've worked together.
Oh, right.
It's
Okay.
obviously Steven Spielberg and Robert De Niro. Oh, it's Bull Durham.
No.
It's the other one.
Bull Durham. Is Bull Durham?
Bull Durham?
Biopic?
It's isn't it
It's
based on a real
based
person?
on a real person, but it's not a biopic.
It's the other one.
Ah.
Is it
You're
Steven
strangely
Spielberg?
very close, though.
Raging Bull.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, cool.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Right? Scorsese would absolutely give it away, right? Or
Right.
De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scorsese,
Yeah,
De
Raging
Niro.
Bull.
Okay. Cool.
Did I mention
Yeah,
boxing?
I wanted to do what?
Did I mention boxing?
You didn't
Yeah,
say